NaniTube. Hey everyone, welcome back to NaniTube. It's been about 3 years since my last upload. I've been dealing with life, but we're here now, and we're picking up right where we left off. Today, we're doing the 10-minute recap for One Piece episodes 201 to 300. And wow, this stretch is basically where One Piece flips a switch. From fun pirate adventure to the world government is actually terrifying. So grab a snack because the Straw Hats go from goofy games to declaring war. We pick up after Skypiea, with the Straw Hats cruising into a super weird place called Long Ring Long Land, an island chain where everything is suspiciously long. They meet an old man named Tanjit and his horse, and before the crew can even finish saying that's wholesome, they get ambushed by Foxy the Silver Fox and the Foxy Pirates, and Foxy doesn't want treasure. He wants your crew. Welcome to the Davy Back Fight, a pirate game where you gamble crewmates in ridiculous competitions. Lose a round? Foxy can straight up steal one of your crew members. Round 1 is a chaotic boat race. Traps, cheating, dirty tactics, because of course it is. Round 2 turns into a brutal dodgeball brawl called the Groggy Ring, and it gets messy fast. But the real nightmare is Foxy's devil fruit power, the Noro Noro beam. It slows anything it hits and turns fights into slapstick torture. Eventually, it all comes down to Captain versus Captain, Luffy versus Foxy. Foxy tries every cheap trick in the book, but Luffy powers through, wins the final showdown, and takes his crew back. The Straw Hats sail away thinking, okay, that was weird, but we're fine. They are not fine. A Marine Admiral named Aokiji shows up, like he's taking a casual stroll on the ocean. But this guy is on an entirely different level. His ice powers freeze the sea, freeze Luffy, and basically freeze the crew's confidence along with it. Aokiji brings up Nico Robin, hints at her dangerous past, and makes one thing painfully clear. If the world government decides you're a problem, you don't get a cute little rivalry arc, you get erased. The Straw Hats survive, but the vibe is officially changed. Next stop, Water 7, a gorgeous city of canals and shipwrights. For a moment, it feels like the crew can finally breathe. They're here to fix the Going Merry and hire a shipwright. But then the bad news hits hard. The Merry is beyond repair. The keel is damaged. Basically, the ship is dying. And if you've been with this crew from the beginning, you already know that's not just a boat problem. That's a family problem. Around this time, we meet two huge players, Iceberg, the mayor and top shipbuilder, and Frankie, an explosive cyborg shipwright who runs the Frankie family. The Straw Hats bring a massive pile of money for repairs, but that money gets stolen. Everything spirals. Usopp, feeling responsible, goes after it, and gets beaten badly. Luffy and the crew retaliate by raiding Frankie House, but the emotional damage is already done. When Luffy decides they have to abandon the Going Merry and get a new ship, Usopp can't accept it. To him, leaving the Merry behind feels like leaving a crewmate behind. So Usopp does the unthinkable. He challenges Luffy to a duel for the ship. And it's not friendly, it's heartbreaking. Usopp fights smart, every trick he's learned, but Luffy's strength wins out. Usopp leaves the crew, and Water 7 suddenly feels less like a vacation city, and more like the start of a tragedy. Then the real betrayal hits. Nico Robin disappears. The Straw Hats get blamed for crimes they didn't commit. Water 7 turns against them, and someone tries to assassinate Iceberg. In all the chaos, we meet the real villain. So it looks like 0.1% of viewers are subscribed. Help a brother out. CP9, a secret undercover unit of the world government, hiding in plain sight among the shipwrights. Their mission? Capture Robin. Because Robin can read the poneglyphs, ancient stones tied to forbidden history. And the world government does not do forbidden history. They do no witnesses. Robin makes a choice that wrecks everyone. She leaves with CP9 to protect the crew, believing if she sacrifices herself, her friends will survive. But Luffy doesn't do, "We'll let you go for your own good." So the chase begins. CP9 escapes Water 7 on the sea train to Enies lobby, the world government's judicial island. The Straw Hats scramble after them on a wild rescue plan involving a half-broken sea train called Rocket Man. And along the way, we get the glorious debut of Sogeking. Yes, the legendary sniper from the Island of Snipers, who is absolutely definitely not Usopp in a mask. Totally different guy, just don't overthink it. The sea train ride is a non-stop action. Sanji sneaks around saving crewmates, Zoro slices through enemies even while fighting on the moving train, Frankie throws hands like a tank, and the crew pushes forward through storms and enemy cars just to reach Robin in time. They arrive at Enies lobby, and it's basically a fortress built on arrogance. The world government is so confident here, they don't even pretend they can lose. The Straw Hats storm the island anyway. Giants appear, gates get smashed, Marines get launched, Luffy fights forward and faces Bruno, and unveils a game changer. Gear second. Luffy uses his rubber body like an engine, pumping his blood faster for a massive speed and power boost. The animation turns into a blur, and suddenly, Luffy isn't just surviving against elite agents, he's overwhelming them. But the biggest moment isn't a punch, it's Robin. We learn Robin's past as a child from Ohara, an island of scholars who studied the true history of the world. The world government labeled them criminals, then called in a buster call, in order that wipes an entire island off the map. Ohara burned. Robin became the sole survivor, branded the Demon Child, hunted her entire life. So when Robin says she's ready to die, it isn't drama, it's exhaustion. The Straw Hats reach her, and Luffy does something simple but powerful. He orders Sogeking to burn the world government flag. Not negotiate, not plead, declare war. Then Luffy tells Robin to say what she really wants, and Robin finally breaks. If that line didn't hit you, check your pulse. Now it's a full rescue mission. CP9 splits into matchups, and the Straw Hats dive into battles across the tower. Frankie throws down against an agent with ridiculous tricks, because Frankie is Frankie. Chopper pushes his rumble ball too far and transforms into a terrifying monster, rampaging through enemies while the crew panics about whether they can bring him back. Nami fights Khalifa, whose soap powers turn the battlefield into a slippery nightmare. Sanji battles Jabra, a wolf man who fights dirty and tries to mess with Sanji's code. And Zoro clashes with Kaku, whose giraffe transformation is somehow weirdly deadly. Zoro gets pushed to the edge and unleashes Asura, like he's manifesting extra arms and swords through sheer fighting spirit. Meanwhile, CP9 triggers the worst possible escalation. The Buster Call is invoked on Enies lobby. Warships start closing in, the island is about to be erased, and the Straw Hats are still fighting inside. So by the time we hit episode 300, everything is on fire, literally and emotionally. The crew is stronger than ever. Robin finally chose life, and the world government has decided to respond the only way it knows how: total annihilation. And that wraps the recap for episodes 201 to 300. Next time, the Straw Hats finish their CP9 fights, try to escape a Buster Call, and prove once again that picking a fight with Luffy is a terrible life decision. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next 10-minute recap. Peace!